All right, everybody, it's Big Daddy, and here we are with another Big Daddy and Friends. And I always promise all the viewers and listeners that we're going to bring some of the most exciting, the youngest, the baddest, and the funniest guys that we can bring to the table. So let's introduce everyone to this young stud who I know has a bright future ahead of him, and that's Buffalo Bills running back Zack Moss. How you doing, Zack?
What's up, my man? I'm doing good.
So first things first, I know you were hurt at the end of the year. How's rehab coming?
Rehab's been really good. We've been progressing really well. So everything's going really, really well right now.
Good. Obviously, I'm a little biased having a family member on your staff, and I'm cheering for the Bills go all the way, even though I have a lot of allegiances all over the league, everywhere. but hey, family and blood's first, so got to stick with that. But so anyway, one of the things that I'm always curious about, tell us how the transition from college to pro went. Give us your version of what you thought, in terms of the team, in terms of, hotels and planes. And it's really not that fair of a question because obviously, we had coronavirus and COVID and all that other stuff going on. Yeah. But go ahead, tell us a little bit.
I mean, from that transition from college to the league, it wasn't something that was really crazy for me because, my school, Utah, did a really good job of preparing me and preparing all of us that came out last year to be in the league. We did a lot of things that in college that helped, carry over to this in this league and things like that. So when I got here, I just tried to make sure that I try to be a professional every day, because it's an interview pretty much every day in this league. You're interviewing each and every day. You don't always, it's a privilege to be in this league. So it's really, really hard to be here. It's really, really hard to stick around. But the transition, from, off the field was pretty easy, but on the field, it was a lot of different parts moving around with just learning the playbook for one, understanding the playbook, understanding my role in the offense. And, just from the speed of the game, how hard each and every guy played each and every week, no matter if they were on a team with a losing record or wasn't going to the playoffs, no matter what it was, everybody plays hard each and every week.
So I got to ask this question. What was it like when you first met Josh Allen?
I first met Josh back not too long after the draft. He was out in Cali, and I was out in Cali at the same time, and a few of us got together, some of the rookies, and, he got us together, and we went out there and ran some plays through the playbook and stuff like that. But, the first time I met him, he doesn't give you that starstruck type of feeling. He just comes off as a really, really, simple, humble, quiet, funny, goofy guy. He's just a real easy guy to talk to. You don't feel like you're talking to, some of these other young quarterbacks who, things like that in that sense. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, my gosh, I'm meeting an NFL starting quarterback and things like that. He just was really, really cool and humble, and just happy to, kind of meet us and join us and welcome us to the team.
I'll tell you, that's the impression I got when I first met him. Obviously having a nickname like Big Daddy, you kind of stand out. And and then when, the guys find out, man, your brother's Jimmy? I'm like, yeah, why? They're like, well, it looks like he didn't eat when you guys were growing up because, he's half your size. So a lot of guys get a big chuckle from that. And it's funny when guys don't put the two and two together. And what I mean by our last name is Salgado, but everybody calls him Coach Salgado and everybody calls me Big Daddy.
Yeah.
No Salgado in the Big Daddy. So that's what makes people laugh when you put the two and two. Wait a minute, you guys are related? I'm like, yeah. I go, that's my baby brother.
Yeah.
And, whether it's Brandon Bean or Sean McDermott or anybody up there who knows me. It's funny, and it breaks the ice too. Because you guys have so many people that come around and whether their intentions are good or bad or whatnot. And look, I've been doing what I've been doing in regards to my first business. I'm an insurance person, so I've been working with guys for over 25, almost close to 30 years, whether it's Larry Fitzgerald, Reggie Bush, Michael Strahan, the list goes on and on and on. You guys are people, and I look at everyone who I deal with as a friend. I'm here to be a colleague, be whatever help I can do to, whatever way I can assist you to help you on and off the field. That's basically what I do. And then I hear you have a love for TV, so I'm going to share a story about how I got started. It's kind of funny. I just happened to meet an executive producer, and I was booking talent. Basically, I would call you up and say, "Hey, Zach, you want to be on Fox?" "Yeah, okay, boom, be here at this time." Well, I started doing that. Then all of a sudden, I became a guest. Then I was being interviewed. Then all of a sudden, I had a mic in my hand. So I was at Super Bowls interviewing people. Everybody's like, "Big Daddy, what are you doing on TV? What are you doing with a mic in your hand?" I'm like, I don't know, but I'm going to really give this a try. And this is like in 2006. So I've been doing it now for a while, and I've been a guest. I've been a correspondent, and it's been great. And now I have this podcast that one of the guys that was at Fox gave me this opportunity, and to mention, it's relationships that help you get along and get these opportunities. And like yourself, you're a young guy. You're going to play hopefully as many years as you can play. But in that whole time span, you're going to meet so many people, and those are the people that are going to be your lead, as we say, generators, because they're the ones that are going to offer you opportunities, and you're going to have to be selective on which ones you take. And then in the off season, you could practice this. If you want to really do it, you could practice it by, taking an internship, which I'll tell you, the guy who's did that all along and it's panned out unbelievable for him is Michael Strahan. Michael already knew that TV was in his horizon even when he was playing. Yeah. Because he was doing shows and he was a guest and also doing some commentating and whatnot. And look at him now. He's on top of the world, and you see him every morning, whether you want to or not. Monday through Friday, 6 to 9, and then on Sundays during football, and then Thursday nights too. So, I mean, the world's yours. You just have to pick the right road and go after that. But I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun, and doing the research, it's like you're doing homework every week because you're looking up particular things and you're learning facts and you're fact finding so that when you have a guest on, you know what you're talking about and who they are and whatnot. So tell us about your inspiration to be on TV. Like, what are you looking to do? What is it? What is it that excites you? How can I help you? Things along those lines. I mean, let everybody know. People want to know Zack Moss.
Yeah, I mean, TV for me, I'm not a huge camera guy. I don't love to be in front of the camera and things like that. I kind of want to be able to, in a sense, be able to control what I'm talking about, who I'm talking with, and things like that. Kind of, in a sense, kind of like something like this where I run my own podcast and things like that, which we've been talking about doing something this upcoming summertime. Definitely, and just kind of moving it into the season where I get a few guys on after games and just we talk, and we kind of get a reaction after a game and things like that, just so I can pretty much get my feet wet. But it's something that I don't know. I think I just grew to kind of like talking about sports. It's something that I know, something I've been doing for so long, so it kind of feels like second nature. and I've always done it with, a lot of my friends and things like that. We just be battling and things like that, like the things you see on when you watch Stephen A. Smith and all those type of guys when they're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and things like that. I would love to do something like that in a podcast sense, and that's kind of what we've been trying to work on and get some players on and things like that. A lot of the guys that I know around the league, guys in college and things like that. Just kind of a way for everyone to have their own voice, and it kind of be a very open type of a podcast.
Well, you know what? It's funny. I was really against doing this for a while. I didn't know, I was like, man, this is a lot of work, and then this, and all that, but fortunately, I have a great production team behind me and whatnot, and then obviously the memorabilia back there behind me, all these little gadgets and whatnot. Just to add a little. This is how bad it was when I first started doing this. Before I hooked up with my group, I was using the living room wall, and it was like vanilla, and guys were like, Daddy-o, you got to work on your background, man. That wall needs a paint job, or, you got to add some flavor. I was like, all right. So, we got the big brick background there, and Arizona Iced Tea, which is one of my big sponsors. And, then you obviously know the jerseys and whatnot, but it's fun. And what I would say is to a lot of people is that it's just us going to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or wherever and just sitting down and having a conversation. You just have to get over the camera being on you.
Exactly.
That's it, because it's not, especially when you're doing a podcast, you're not in a studio. Sometimes you could be, but you don't have 40 cameras around you and lights and makeup and all this other stuff like you're doing a major network. But it's a lot of fun, and you start now because you're a young guy. You'll be like this. You'll get it'll be like you getting a handoff from the quarterback. You've been doing it for so long. That'll be the next thing. You'll be interviewing Josh Allen.
It's definitely something I want to do because I got my degree in communications, and I've taken so many classes on journalism and things like that. So this would be something definitely perfect for me to do. So definitely working on it soon.
You're gonna have to teach me. I didn't go to college for communications. You're gonna take this mic. And I've been fortunate to, I work with some of the biggest guys in media, Jay Glazer, Adam Schefter, Kevin Weeks at the NHL Network, obviously Michael Strahan. So I've gotten to watch all these guys through the years. And I've asked, look, in my other business, the insurance business, I don't have all the answers, but I'll find the answer, because I always want to make sure that, and I also have a smart partner, so that helps too. But so that all the answers are covered and there's no mistakes made. And we talk about Kate earlier. Kate's a client, so that's those are the things that we do. And practice makes perfect,
Definitely.
So that's definitely a grand opportunity. And obviously, we could talk offline if I could help you in any way. Just ask away, because I could definitely put you in front of people that know this trick or trade, as they say, better than most.
Yeah.
So you can tease my brother when you see him in the building next time.
I got you.
I will. I'll call him tonight, though, and let him know that we chatted. He's a fan of yours. He's on defense, but he does watch the offense. So, I know they were so excited and thrilled when they drafted you, and I was too, because I was cheering for Kate, obviously, as well. So it was a win-win for everybody. Yeah. But so what part of, now let's get back to football. What part of your game do you think you want to work on or improve? You want to take it to your A+ level?
Probably just open field, having those breakaway plays, those 20, 30-yard runs. It's something that, I want to make sure that next season come into this season and, my career just, however long it is and things like that is something that I get more consistent at. So that's one thing that I want to work on, and that has a whole lot of components to it. But, something that I want to work on definitely would be that part of my game.
Got it. Got it. Well, I mean, look, it's like anything else. You work hard at it, you get better at it, and the results come. It's the old Vince Lombardi saying, everyone wants to win, but not everybody wants to work to win.
Mm.
And that's something that I'm a firm believer in. And I have one other quote that Vince Lombardi used, and that was eliminating distraction. When you're focused on what your goals are and what you are planning to do while you're playing football, distraction. Once you eliminate it, it doesn't get in your way.
Yeah.
The people that can do that are the ones that are very successful because they're focused and they know, as we all joke around, NFL stands for not for long. So you got to make do while you're there and make it happen,
That's very true.
So let's where are you from anyway? Where'd you grow up?
I'm from Miami.
Oh, okay. I was just down there. Yeah, the weather was nice. A lot nicer than New York, but
yeah.
Well, you guys, that's another world up there, man. I mean, I'm sure. Well, you were in Utah, so you had to be accustomed to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty accustomed to it, but it's nothing that you ever get used to, though.
No. When people tell me, oh, they're cold, they're cold here in Long Island, where I'm from, I'm like, none of us were born in the Bahamas or in Hawaii. So what are you making it sound like it's the end of the world? And I tell people, my brother's up there in Buffalo where they get like a foot of snow, and it's like down here, 8 inches gets everyone crazy. Up there, my brother's like, I'm standing outside. He told me about last year, one of the games where everyone on the team went sleigh riding because it snowed after practice.
Yeah, it gets, when it snows here, it does get crazy. It's way colder here, and I think it gets more snow here than it did in Utah. So that was different because it's really windy here because we got that lake effect and all that type of stuff. So it's really windy as well. So that doesn't help it.
Yeah, my brother was telling me how the wind up there is at times can be very challenging.
Yeah,
especially if you got guys that are trying to punt and catch punts and all of a sudden the guy's back there and he's like this, over the head or to the side. So it's funny having him explain that whole process. But so next year, big year, it's going to be very interesting. I think you guys are going to be right there in the mix again, and I truly believe that you're a big piece of that because you're that runner that runs in between the tackles, and you run strong and hard. And I'll have to say you did an outstanding job last year, and I want you to keep up the good work, man. You're a rising star.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
No worries. Now we gotta work on. After we get that part done, then we get the TV stuff done. We'll
we'll take care of my day job first.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. The day is what helps the night. Trust me, it works. And when you do good at the one, the other one just is going to come naturally because it just seems to work that way.
Yeah.
And you know what? TV is like sports. Every year you have new guys. Every year guys get older, guys retire, guys move on, guys go to different places. That's the same thing that happens with television because, networks open up. Now, obviously, the way the world works now is all these podcasts and live streaming and all that. That gives more opportunities to people. So, definitely you're always welcome to come back on here whenever you want. And now I'm going to give you a crack at being Zack Moss, the interviewer. So let's flip hats, and you can ask me whatever you want. The only thing you're not allowed to ask me, and I usually do this beforehand, but I'll say it now, you can't ask me how I got the nickname Big Daddy.
Okay.
That is so played out that the producers told me, no, stop. I'm like,
That's
okay.
Funny. That one didn't even cross my mind.
Oh, okay, good. So fire away.
Who was your favorite person to interview throughout all your interviews?
Well, they all are. And I'm not saying that just to cover my ass, but they all are, because I'm so grateful and appreciative that you guys take the time to sit with me and talk and share your stories. But there's the longest interview I've done I've done about 35 of them. So I did Michelle Beisner Buck, that interview, from ESPN Monday Night Football. She does the one-on-ones. We had a long chat because we've been friends a very, very long time. So it was funny. We were catching up, telling stories. I was getting her opinion and whatnot. So that was a real fun one. And then Eddie George was a great interview as well too. So when you get a chance, you can look up Big Daddy and Friends on YouTube.
Okay.
And you can look at all the interviews are on there. You can go to Sportsnaut, which is spelled N-A-U-T on the end.com. Everything is there, and you can watch. I've interviewed Andy Reid the week of the Super Bowl. I've interviewed Scott Zolak, who was one of my roommates in college. Neil O'Donnell, another former quarterback, was my quarterback in college. Adam Schefter, Steve Weish. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Jim Trotter, guys that I have relationships with, and guys that I would have no problem making an introduction to you so that you can get the inside perspective on television and journalism. Yeah. Jim Trotter is one of the best, close friend of mine, and Steve Weish is another guy. I mean, you see them on NFL Network, and they host a show together too. It's called Huddle and Flow, and it's on Twitter and YouTube, and it's a podcast, so they do a great job. How's your golf game? You golf?
I'm working on it. I just picked it up last year, so I probably played about 4 or 5 times max. I'm not terrible, but I'm not good.
So let's do this.
I'm probably bad. I'm not terrible though.
Well, listen, you know what? Golf is about having fun, okay?
Yeah.
It's not about, you get these guys that they think they're Tiger Woods and, they want to play, I need 2 caddies and they can't even hit the ball in the ocean. They act like they're Tiger, but they know that they're nowhere near Tiger. But so I have a golf outing every June. I'm extending an invite to you right now.
Okay.
June 28th. Mark your calendar.
Okay.
It's called the Big Daddy Celebrity Golf Classic. And all those media people that we just talked about, they're going to be there. So
where is it located?
In Long Island, down. It's only an hour flight. I'll fly you in. I put you up, and you do the rest.
Okay.
You got the first invite that's taped. I don't know, man. This might not be good for me. I gotta get beat up with all these. Invite ass. But
I'll take it.
Listen, I would love to have you. So if you say yes, I will take care of it next week. You'll have all the information.
Okay, yes, sir. Let's do it. Okay,
so you're official invited guest of the Big Daddy Celebrity Golf Classic, Young Pup. So, all right. So listen, on that note, Zach, I have to say thank you so much for joining me. And, let the viewers and listeners know where to find you. Social media. What do you got?
Usually I'm a big Instagram guy. So Instagram is @FamousMoss. So FAMOUSMOSS. That's where you can find me at. Hit me up, give me a follow, and stay tuned for the podcast as well.
Absolutely, I'll follow you too. Mine's real simple. It's BIG_DAD_Insurers. That's how you find me. I got Big Daddy's World there, man. It's fun. It's a lot of people get a kick out of all the stuff I do, and I keep it real, man. That's why I've had these relationships with people, and You know, I get to do a lot of the things that most people don't get to do, and I'm fortunate and blessed at the same time. So, Zack Moss, till next time, I say thank you, and to all the viewers and listeners, make sure you keep an eye on this young man because he's going to bring those Buffalo Bills over the top. Remember, you heard from Big Daddy right here. So until next time, we'll see everybody real soon. And don't forget, watch us, Big Daddy and Friends. I'll see everybody real soon. Take care.